Hey there, hey there. Okay, I am live. Hopefully, I will stay today. I think there was a problem last week and I kind of got cut off halfway through. Sorry about that. Sometimes the stream just does not work. But here we are. So happy to be here with you today. My desk is an absolute mess. Like you can't really, well, okay, you can kind of see it back here. And this is because I am up to my elbows in prepping for school because we were out of town this past weekend. We weren't even supposed to get back until today, but we came back yesterday. And we're starting school Wednesday. And then I'm leaving again, but oh well, at least I'm getting him set up. So anyway, right now I am working on, this is Thomas's, he's going to be in 10th grade. This is his physical science box. And so notice these are not numbered. They could be numbered. They're not labeled with the week. And there are only 26 lessons in here. So this is an extra bonus tip for you. Never plan 36 weeks of school. Always plan less than that. So there are 26 lessons in here because sometimes we'll take a little bit longer. And just to like show you real quick. So this is science. So these are the materials, like the things that we may not have on hand. Like if it's something like foil, well, even foil I put on the list because you never know when you can run out of foil. But like M&Ms and stuff like that, like we just don't normally keep around. It's going on the list. So science supplies. And then in here, there's not any for this week, but if he had, oh no, there are. Okay. So sheets for his lab, those are in here. And so any lab he's doing for the week, the sheets are in here. And then his task card. And I told him, I'm like, I'm not cutting these pretty. And I messed this one up really bad. So his task card for the week is in here. So he's going to have all of these. I don't know if I'll stick a number on them if it gets to be like trouble. But my idea is he's going to pull it out. He's going to do what he needs to do. And then it's just like, it's going to go in a discard. And so the file folder will have fewer and fewer things in it as we go. As long as he doesn't take them out of order, then, they won't get out of order. So that's what I've been working on. So I'm doing these today for physical science. And then tomorrow I have to work on finishing up geography, which is not as many lab pages for geography, more reading list, but, so that's got to be done. So anyway, that's me. That's what I've been working on, but I do have some back to school tips for you today. And I'm so happy to be here and talking about back to school stuff with you, because if you have not gone back to homeschool yet, you probably will be going back to homeschool soon. And if you're like, you stumbled upon me and you're like, who is this crazy lady? My name is Pam Barnhow. I'm a homeschool mom of 3 fabulous kids, but I'm only homeschooling 1 because I have graduated 2 of them. I am the host of the Homeschool Better Together podcast. I've been podcasting for 11 years now about homeschooling. 11 years about homeschooling. We've had different names in the past. We've kind of switched it up because, very few people, there are people, but very few people can podcast 11 years about any one topic. Props to Sarah McKenzie. She's done it. Me, I've had to switch it up some. I've needed to keep it fresh. And so, but podcasting about homeschooling for 11 years. So tips for back to school. If you are not new here, you've probably heard some of these before, but I do want to reiterate them because they are really good to remember. And I'm going to start with tip number 1, which is the thing that I just told you we were going to do. We're starting school Wednesday. Wednesday is our first day of school for the school year, and that is very much done on purpose. And the reason we start school on a Wednesday or a Thursday, sometimes on a Tuesday, if the Wednesday and Thursday doesn't work, is because the first few days of school, the first couple of weeks of school, honestly, for any homeschool mom, any teacher, this was the situation back when I was teaching. They're exhausting. They are absolutely just bone tired, exhausting. And so what you want to do is you want to work your way into it. And so if you start on a Wednesday, you've only got to do a couple of days of school before you get your first weekend. And then you can kind of step back, take a deep breath, get a little bit of extra rest, not have to worry about homeschooling those days, evaluate how is it going, that kind of stuff. So I always like to start on a Wednesday or Thursday. Tuesday would be my third choice. And Wednesday or Thursday really doesn't matter, just however you want to do it. I think the more kids I would have, the more likely I would be to start on a Thursday. But Wednesday kind of works when you have one or two kids. Midweek. That is totally my first bit of advice. And if you have one of these curriculums that's like it's like a week worth, you're going to get off at some point anyway. So like you just go ahead and bust the perfection right out of the gate. Yeah, we're just going to take an extra few days